You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Surprise on the mix.
For the news we dey around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change, they get the masses involved. We start them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Aye, hey, voices down. Credibility, no reliability. News, kill the views, they tell you one time. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We man them, God picking, let's get the power. They count on here, they count on we anyhow. Kill the news, kill the views, they tell you one time. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Man, them, God begin, let's get the power. Keep on here, count on me anyhow. Liberty, we ride like an eagle, we fly. Liberty TV, baby, climb the mountain just to get the news. Go down these slums to get the views. Hey, yeah, my sister. Hey, yeah. News, kill the views, they tell you one time. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We man them, God picking, let's get the power. They count on me, they count on me anyhow. Kill the news, kill the views, they tell you one time. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, God begin, let's get the power. We go here, come to me anyhow. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to the midweek edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. We apologize for the glitch the way we get earlier, and we will bring the program come to you this Wednesday morning. Mina Khadija Bangura.
And me na Al-Hassan Kuma. Now a pleasure for their good morning. Today na May 7, 2025, and inside this edition of the program, we go look at one release we come from the Lawyers Society. We get to do with the Minister of Public Assets, Dr. Sandi, with regards to an allegation we they go around for Sika, we it been put on with regards to divorce. We then we get with in wife. This plus many more the inside the program this morning. You say for the watch, we say you message to the number +23274 200 545 or you drop a comment now the platform also you the watch way from the program now the breakfast show.
We will continue the breakfast show as soon as I hear from my colleague Alassane. Today we dey look inside one press statement where but 6 civil society organizations, them including lawyers, campaign for good governance, citizens advocacy network and other one, then they come together and pull a press statement outside and say the President, His Excellency Dr. Julius Maada Bio, for sack Dr. Moinina Denis Sandy, weighing at the Minister of Works and Public Assets because then say he forged a divorce document na the court. Well, we'll go look inside this issue and also yesterday na Kono of Suicide Workman them where they work for Koidu Limited after we then been joined the First Lady Madam Fatima Bio for let them protest because then say they want better condition of service and for them welfare them. Then be stage a 21 days stay at home protest. If you don't follow Liberty TV, we don't cover that story there extensively. We don't talk to the president for the Workers Union, owner Charles Kynesi. He don't give you update on how this particular protest done they go. Well, we see outside the company when Akoidu Limited them pull a letter outside they don't sack over 1,000 workmen them will be involved in this strike because they say that na misconduct and then quote the relevant section them we make them sack them people here. But before we can talk to Charles Kynesi quickly, let we go na Kono. Usa yesterday them been protest na the Koidu Limited them work area and allegation that they don't begin for loot this company them property. Let's just watch this clip quickly. We go come and talk to Charles Kynesi, when are the president for the Workers Union for the Koidu Limited.
All right, welcome back. You still watch the breakfast show where they come to you live na Liberty Television, now with Facebook, YouTube, and we websites. Continue for sending your message to the number +232 74 200 545. The issue we discuss inside this program get for do with one release we come out from the Lawyers Society for Sika, the Minister of Public Work and Asset winner Dr. Sandi. We definitely go discuss that inside this edition of the program. So just to watch that video clip we get for do it and workers now Koidu Holdings. Plenty issues been come with regards to the staff the way they release. We'll go online now and talk to somebody online for discuss with regards to the issues surrounding Koidu Holdings.
All right, on the phone now we get Charles Kainesi, we na the president for the Workers Union, na Koidu Limited, we as a video clip who just play yesterday, allegedly then say na the workman them na Koidu Limited be the stage of protest before Koidu Limited their office. But quickly, let's just go and talk to Charles Kainesi, we na the president. Good morning, Charles, and good for have you back na Liberty Breakfast Show this morning.
Yeah, good morning, Khadija. Good morning, Sierra Leone. Good morning to the people of Kono. Good morning to everyone. Thank you for having me also.
All right. Quickly, let we start with a letter we go viral yesterday na the social media. Also, it come out from Koidu Limited where they talk about dismissal of over 1,000 workmen them where be the work for Koidu Limited. First confirm if we don't receive this letter.
We receive them and through social media. There we receive them with a pain, not with thanks, but we receive them with a pain. The entire workforce, together with family members, then the letter we receive them through the corporate affairs director. When Mr. Ibrahim Toure yesterday we received that letter, they with a pain, together with your family members, then.
All right, inside the letter where with the project so now for let we viewers themselves go get a clue of what's in the inside it. They talk about misconduct and they also make allegation of the protest one have been staged sometimes back with the first lady na them premises. Usa una say 21 days una not go work, although then call una back or not make efforts for go back. Now una work them. You feel say this gets all right. We don't lost Charles Kainesi. We will try for get him back. That's now be the president for the Workers Union for Koidu Limited. When Charles Kainesi, if they talk about the dismiss where Koidu Limited don't dismiss over 1,000 workmen them where they work for this particular mining company in Akono. If we don't follow this story, then be stage a protest and the first lady been joined. They don't get Charles back. Earlier before the phone cut off, I be they ask say this particular letter where they out now to the public according to Koidu Limited then say now for misconduct. You think say it gets any relation for do with the protest where una been do with the first lady?
Then they not get any relation with the protest where we do with the first lady. Where then the Koidu Limited now them common language than this. As long as now for violate the right of common Sierra Leonean, they can describe you and deem you describe you in any angle.
So now the letter states misconduct. And as of yesterday, the Ministry of Labour self will be done there as a mediator between UNA, when are the workman there and this company. Then self don't pull a press release. Also then confirm say they don't receive this note from Koidu Limited, but then they ask UNA for stay calm. With all the mediation them, whether they happen from the government angle and that of the first lady. UNA been see this dismissal coming, Charles?
Well, we not been the think of dismissal because let me say almost a couple of months back where we've been doing the protest. At the end of the day, we just see a letter because you yourself, you're not a stranger to that letter day. The controversy being there, of it all, we conditions the way they don't put on paper. At the end of the day, they go release a document, but it's not been signed. So problem in there with that. After which the board then go they approve that document. They say they don't accept with all conditions then. So we prepare for go back to work. All of a sudden we see another letter where the management of Koidu Limited through the board then say then they go into care and maintenance. And one thing about care and maintenance, now somebody get in business, then get in job. If they say they do A, B, C, D for laying business, either for pause in business or for go ahead with in business, you know, there's no choice. Now which I do. So condition of care and maintenance, the management of Koidu Limited is not state term. So we were just in limbo. We are in doubt how they end up going to care and maintenance. So as a result of that, the general workforce, we've been so doubtful. So which we do as a union, we membership Then talk to we. They say we under this kind of condition, we not able to go into care and maintenance. The best thing, let the management of Kwedu Limited, let them pay with terminal benefit. According to we exchange rate and pay all we backlog. So as a result of that request by the general workforce, we write the letter to HE, the president. We write and say, now we membership the request fee, instead of going to care and maintenance where they not state any good condition for the general workforce, let them pay with terminal benefit. We write the letter and the HE, the president, he received the letter. After which then call we, in Africa, we go sit down with HE. That was on the 5th past April, this 2025. We explain, waiting now we constrain, then sympathize with we, then put things together, then say then we'll get back to we. But as it is, we not get any success so far. So at the end of the day, yesterday, we just received that letter day. But before they receive the letter, they know they pay we again up to now as we talk. April salary or not able to receive them.
But Charles, according to what you they display so now the screen, Kwedu Limited say as of on the 12th and the 20th of March 2025 respectively, then get meetings with the Ministry of Labour and Social Security and then talk about different things them and they make a joint statement requesting for Lona go back to work. But una not able for go back to work. Now this make them force the company for cease operation and then transition to care and maintenance. So they talk about so they're not just transition now because una not agree work make them force the company for transition into care and maintenance.
Khadija, this not to me knowledge. For say the management of Kwedu Limited they not agreed on everything. At the end of the day, then still go to job. We would deny for go to job. This not to me knowledge, not to the knowledge of me membership.
But is it that now be the instruction of the First Lady una they take? Because the last time where the First Lady go live now in personal account on Facebook on this matter, it still insists say una not gonna work until the Kwedu Limited management go talk to her on her behalf.
Not to First Lady, First Lady not the instructor.
But it don't be the one where don't they mediate for now, Charles. It don't be the one where don't they give una different directives, now una not go back to work, and una don't they adhere to them directive here, una sit down on houses them, una not go work. As of the last time we'll talk to you now, it confirm say you don't get over 800 signatory where they sign a petition say una not want the work again.
Exactly. Now a question, because the conditions then, even HE and other, they ask you that question then. Now conditions then, we tell, in fact, in this situation, we know they address them as a First Lady, we address her as your big sister. Because any house situation, they, before they be the First Lady, now we sister. So if such and such they happen to we, now in responsibility, as your big one, for legally act. If we say, if ABC did not address, or not they go to job, I think say, based on we human rights, instead of don't know we on big one, you don't get that right for 4-3, for say no papa or for go to job. Because we don't tell our we condition that after so many years, when they don't maltreat you, he don't come, he don't talk on behalf of the company. In fact, he beg on behalf of the company. He negotiates it, he press you instead of going to exchange rate. We into this, I will talk to them because of diamond price, because of this ABCD. When I calm down, I will talk to the management, let them address ABCD, let them go back to job. We say no problem. As long as you know we on this system, it can be talked to. We not get problem. We not go follow all we write them. But this way, say when the company say them we able to do this, let them do. I will go to job. Now that's the problem there.
So Kai, what's not the reaction of the 1,000 plus workman the way the company release? Just waiting. Khadija they mentioned why is the First Lady be there behind when I forgive una maximum support for lady address the issues then we una be don't point out. So what's not the reaction of the workman after we this release been come out?
After when this letter come out?
Yes.
Including my very self, we all be fused. we all be fused, we all be mad. My brother, look at the economic situation now. Somebody, therefore, you don't work for somebody for past donkey years. Then all of a sudden, they don't give you all the advice. The government, the advisory, other stakeholders, then the advisory, una maintain peace, then people then go talk to una, we say no problem. My brother, to my surprise, now middle night, where you limited in the pool and property, then the smuggle and then the carry move. Middle night, then they load the machine, the whole above say, this work is there for continue. Now middle night, then they load and they carry them move. So when this machine, them, let me say, they don't go 90% of the property now. Yesterday, that letter, they can't come out. So what you don't the wait now? After our government, the advice is the law wait. Stakeholders, then the advice is the law wait. Then we can't address it. Now we don't let you down the wait, the property, the all don't go.
Charles, a video will play earlier where they viral. They show say some of una company them where they don't sack Sona from Kwedu Limited been staged a protest yesterday. Now Kwedu Limited and also then they allege say una be loot some of the property them.
Khadija, this not there to me knowledge. You know, they to me membership and knowledge, and a baseless one, and you know, confirm. You know, confirm.
Una they request for benefits, but the dismissal where Kwedu Limited put out now that una not entitled to any pay or any benefits as of now. Waiting will be the next step for ensure say if this benefits una they ask for due na una get them.
NIMEC will get a responsible government and will get a responsible ministry when then they handle all them affairs and I mean where this thing happen and we report it to them and I believe then we'll do on the way for come let them come address this issue as I speak, yeah.
But this same government so they refer to don't they in the mediation process from where the issues are start. When the Minister of Labour don't go corner several times, the First Lady will lead this on a protest, they discuss with this particular company, but at the end of the day now I don't lost on a work there. Wait again, who's hope again when I get say government go able to restore anything back because the dismissal not effective as of March.
Now fine question. I think the government of this republic when at Sierra Leone it don't be the best person for answer this question because when they don't mediate at the end of the day. Now this people don't tell them now after all when I don't mediate, this now the result. What you they do for we now? But all the same, a good now we government, a bad now we government. But me no say that a responsible government. They not go left see after all they don't give them people they right, they don't protect them, they don't do all things. With the respect where the government don't give Kwedu Limited, they don't take and say now that they right them for go against me. I don't think if the government let them go sit down, let them do this to the citizens there.
Who's hope? What if you say government's going to give now? Waiting next because you self just confirm earlier say Kwedu Limited don't move all them property them where be there at the site outside of the work. You still say governments go able for negotiate for now. Waiting left again if the company don't move out.
The company can move, it can move, but you know they able move with saloon law, it go with them. We know say law day in this country where it protects the citizens there. So if somebody come up from nowhere, from far, a guy they do business, he say doing business, it go against the rights of the people there. I think the government of sit down, they watch, which they don't start for do, the company don't start for do, let them continue for do. And also government of so we hope then that the government after God, we know say that the government they will come and rescue we out of this problem.
As you say, on a shock, on a see this letter of dismissal from the Director of Corporate Affairs, we self reach out to her yesterday, but he said the company don't make a decision, say they want for talk less on this issue, especially to members them and the public. When I don't try for reach out to the Director of Corporate Affairs, where you say that in serve on this letter, on a hear from them.
Not to me area this. Not to me area this for la begin to go somebody don't sack you. Then he begin to call him. I think the right person where we supposed to call when at the government we don't reach to them. Then we'll use their own time now for talk to the corporate affairs director or to the management of Kwedu Limited. Because we ended now, we're not in peace, let alone for take phone for begin the call them.
Any regrets the way might come now you mind, especially as a president, where don't they in charge of over than 1,000 workers there on all the loss on our work? Any regrets they for say if una be no una not join the first lady for stage this protest?
I no regrets. My membership no regrets. And for put things straight to people. And the first lady, you know, can't join we for do protest for reach to this peak. The first lady, after all, all after all when they don't get hope, they don't get promise. Say, okay, will they do this? Will they do A, B, C, D? At the end of the day, he says, he follow on social media. Instead, what they do now, in short letter, he just know like when somebody don't give that respect. Now, a closed door, they own a common public, he go disgrace you publicly. Now, then do to the first lady. Then give that respect, okay, mama, do you help we in a small one there? We are through you, or go past, we talk to them, which he talk to, we accept. So all they tell the first lady now, where they say them go come publicly then do where they come on a public now, instead not disgrace the mommy when are we on big sister. But until come na combra, anything where they do as long as that for in Pekin and for in small and there, it will be around. As long as we should issue on their address. But up to now, they know able to address that issue. So I not regret me action, the membership not regret their action. And again, the first lady, he not join me into this battle as a first lady. He join me as we on big one and as he on small one there with we. The kind of treatment where foreign somebody they might treat me. Then they use yourself Kadija way in that station. If na village he come out, he get a chance they see he on parent and they might treat them. Kadija, he they left that office they go there. What's in the village?
Quickly, before you left with Charles, the last time when we talked to you now, una be there on the sit-down strike. You say most of una been there into bike riding. Some man don't go back to in bike riding. So now this now una faith now na that now una fall back. Una go back into bike riding.
No, not to bike riding no more. Not to bike riding no more. We get series of skills. Some man in a teacher, some man in a professional mechanic. So I just make them instances there no more. And as we talk, we do limited if them pay with them na benefit. We don't get nothing for do with them.
But now the company don't make them clear, say they not they pay on anything, Charles.
The company na so then say they not they pay we. We say them for pay we. They not make them position clear. We say don't make we position clear.
Any plans for take legal actions?
Sorry.
Any una they plan for take any legal actions?
Then it is squarely in the hands of the government of Sierra Leone through the Ministry of Labor.
All right. Thank you very much for you talk to winner the program this morning. In name na Charles Kainesi, in the president for the Kwedu Limited Workers Union, where they be on protest for a very long time. Then we start with a 21 days protest. Outside and say they know they go work again. And the first lady, Madam Fatima Bio, say in a corner picking be joined in brother them for do this protest. Well, finally, yesterday, the company don't pull a release. So said it don't sack over 1,000 panel workmen that will be join this protest. And according to them, they say they're not entitled to any pay or benefits. But you don't hear from the president, Charles Kainesi, where they challenge the company, say then suppose for getting them benefits. Liberty TV will continue to follow this story closely and we're going to bring Canton at the latest development as of yesterday net. The Ministry of Labor and Social Security, when a one-party government institution them, we don't mediate between Kwedu Limited and then workman there. So then pull a press release as well. Also they acknowledge, say yes, they don't receive this letter of dismissal. But then they urge all the workmen them way na victim of this dismissal for stay calm as they continue for talk to this company when Kwedu Limited for let them go get a resolution to that.
Alright, we continue the breakfast show. You still watch Liberty Television, now with Facebook, YouTube, and websites. Continue for sending you a message to the number +232 74 545. Now the number which I would drop you your comment or you send on any of the platform which I they watch free from. We look at issues surrounding the release we come up from the Lawyer Society with regards to Dr. Sandi, the Minister of Work and Public Assets, as we just been joined by the PRO for the Lawyer Society, Claude Bhamee Davies. Good morning and welcome to the breakfast show. It's a pleasure having you.
Good morning, Liberty Online Television, and good morning, listeners and viewers.
All right, so the civil side owner come together with other civil society organizations, Citizens Advocacy Network, when I can campaign for good governance, when a CGG, Institute for Governance Reform, when a IGR, the Citizens BARRICK, and Una Lawyer Society as well, when all been come together and pull a press statement of sound and they say, when they call for the suspension of Dr. Denis Moinina Sandy, when the Minister of Works pending investigation into allegation of fraudulent conduct. And this is an issue within the trend na the social media. A lot of people get then take and we'll talk to the judiciary, we confirm to we via phone say they don't do a whole investigation on this issue and there is a report. Hopefully we'll try to get the PRO whilst they get this conversation. Firstly, now you represent all the civil society organization there. We are just mentioned, not just there for lawyers. Let me go way back into where this issue starts. We see Usai Michael and Michael, we are the solicitor for this and strange wife of Dr. Denis Sandy, where they in the middle, they say a conduct fraudulent act and then they demand for a fee of $100,000. We will go discuss firstly how UNA and then civil society organization there come together and pull this kind of statement, they demand for the resignation of sacking of Dr. Sandy.
Okay, thank you very much. You see, the show say people are aware of the events of things in the country, right? Now, them 7 bodies here come together because this is pointing to the integrity of we nation. If a whole minister who is a public servant, who is expected to perform with integrity, honesty, and sincerity, is now a subject of, or was a subject of investigation where the report come out and the report presented by no lesser persons but 3 judges, one of the Supreme Court, when Justice Glenna Thompson, and 2 Court of Appeal judges, when Justice Bintu Aladi and Monfred Sise. They go into the issues on the allegations where they say Dr. Denis Sandy obtain fictitious and fraudulent divorce order. So then 7 bodies here look and say, we can be the minds or the mouth for the people of Sierra Leone. If person where the government entrust for deal with affairs of the Ministry of Works and Public Assets, where they serve in a government, can go in meander in way and get documents say this na court game where not to court game, then it is time for us to speak up and ask that person, based on the report done by those 3 judges and the findings, resign or the president using authority for dismissal. This is an issue of integrity. Let me just give a background, first of all, on how divorce matters. I mean, just a short background, right, for people. Now, divorce, you file the petition. If you, like in the Dr. Sandy, we say, na the petitioner, na institute the divorce action, it ought to have filed a divorce petition. When you file that divorce petition, you serve that petition on the wife. So the wife, they get knowledge, say, an action has been instituted for dissolution of we married. Now, that wife themselves, now they get the winner, the respondent, in this case, for make himself go get lawyer where they enter an appearance for him to that petition filed by the petitioner. we forbid Dr. Sandy. Now, after we enter the appearance, in self the file, an answer to the petition, within the question based on waiting within the petition, waiting agree to an answer, and if he gets need, he file a cross petition. Say instead the cross petition the person, like where you go say counter report or counter case, right? Then that matter they get for be assigned to a judge. After you exchange all them papers, then they go before a judge. The judge they invite the two parties them for testify na a court. When they testify, the judge get for reserve based on the number of witnesses who they get. The judge get for reserve that file it for ruling and give the ruling. And at that point, we call them a decree nisi. Now, enforce idegi, right? And the decree nisi, they subsist for a period. But if the lawyer where they represent any of them say, okay, you don't get the judge don't give this decree nisi, want to make an application for abridgment of time, make this nisi when a temporal become decree absolute. So none of that was done. And from the findings of Dr. Sandy not do anything, file petition. The matter was not before a judge. There was no appearance because, of course, file petition, how you go serve the person. So he breached all the court judicial processes and then go obtain judgment paper. He say, this is an order of divorce or dissolution of our marriage from court.
That was the point I believe try for raise. Whether, like you don't mention, whether I go through all the processes that are in just move along and get within info. Because plenty of people will say when you filing for divorce, it takes you a long time. It takes you a long process to achieve just for confirm. You're not able to go through none of them processes.
None of the processes where Adam outlined so was followed. None, absolutely none. In fact, from the report, they say he used one Magnus Coca, where na person way not to qualify persons, have not to lawyer, and not get any legal credentials, get in way inside for go get fake paper and say done in na divorce. So we're troubled by if somebody where we entrust with the affairs of the state as a minister not be honest in those little things. This is not your own personal, quiet business. He cannot be honest. How much more, based on the report and the findings, how much more on issues of the nation? So now all the things you don't consider, say, that kind mandate. First of all, if the recommendations then say, therefore refer them to anti-corruption. All right? So if the recommendations say, and that kind mandate, then the government, we believe, say, if then thing come out, he gets integrity and no say he can no longer serve in good conscience if or just resign, or the president using authority for suspend them pending the investigation by the referred bodies.
Una, they call for two things.
Yes.
Either okay, just a disclaimer for viewers them. Liberty TV try for reach Dr. Denis Sandy. But as always, Naposi will not be called, so we're not able to get them for let go. We will get opportunity for clear a name based on all the allegations they are so where they on and now what they discuss, and also the first attendees where they try for reach out to Dr. Sandy. Let come back to you with the question I want for ask you, Claude. Yes, this same individual where a whole government minister, a whole position, it is serve as a cabinet minister. Not so the first thing is allegation, don't they come out for him.
That's right.
The last one now on a stepdaughter, we make allegations say it be abuse them where it be small.
That's right.
Other women's rights group then been calm, put pressure on the same things there. Now, Una again with 6 other civil society, reputable civil society organization them, they call on His Excellency for relieve this man off in duty because Una believes say he not do honorable thing for fraud documents of the states.
Yes.
How far Una feel say Una voice then go?
Well, we believe say, as you rightly mentioned, there have been spate of incidents where this minister don't get involved in. And we believe, say, the government should hear us out and act. We are not dictating to government. We're saying that if government really want to make the people of Sierra Leone no say it's a government we stand against anything we give for question integrity, we give for question your sincerity, and you have such a person for listening to the people of Sierra Leone for say, and this is not the first time, for say, no, this man, let him take the back seat for this moment. And we believe, say, the president gets the authority, now he appoint him, right? If at this stage he advisable, say, not for sack him, not for relieve him, he can suspend him, okay? For reason of fairness, say, okay, let me suspend him whilst there is this investigation by anti-corruption or whatever tribunal body.
The SLPP government, where you know, as a citizen, President Bio, where you know, say, as your president, you think it go listen to them demands here? Because there are several issues we don't happen at the country. We get for those governance, human rights, and you name them. Yeah. Where citizens, they know they demand them for take actions, but nothing they happen. Why on our own demand you feel say it different?
Okay. We first of all go get for put pressure on this for make sure say we get the expected outcome. Because again, it points to all of us as Sierra Leoneans. Say if something like this they happen orchestrated by a minister of government and then the government cannot act, then it is embarrassing to all of we as Sierra Leoneans. I'll give you examples. In England, in the UK, you get two prime ministers, two cabinet ministers that will resign, Javid and Sunak, during Boris in time, because they feel say Boris was not proper for govern, not to the same circumstance. I just tell you about integrity of people, right? So Sunak and Javid, they say, no, because you appoint somebody, we get sexual scandal, and you say you not be able for no or realize say that person was not competent, then put him to the prime minister who was Boris then, tell and say, you for dismiss that person there because not a person will get the integrity for all such a position. Turning, Boris not been doing, then people and they resign. They resign from office. And Boris himself as prime minister later resigned because he lost the confidence of him prime ministers. This is not governance issue. People are calling for one minister. They are not telling you make you sack all your ministers or suspend all your ministers. This has been a minister where don't get series of allegations on him. So what you should do as a listening government, which we believe, because this is not the first time, we know say this self will get to president and he will say, no, I cannot subject my government to scrutiny because of an individual. And we believe, say, because of the seriousness of this, we point to the judiciary. Don't forget this now, the judiciary itself don't conduct an investigation. And the adjectives used, they say, first of all, Denis Sandy, Dr. Denis Sandy, proved for be an unimpressive witness, you know, and unimpressive witness, we use cavalier approach, we use arrogance and all, forget what he want. So you not go look such a report of no mean persons, but persons of the Supreme Court and Court of Appeal, then pull them. They have no personal issue against the person who are the subject matter, but based on the evidence we then see. And I'm sure President would not want this to just be swept under the carpet.
From the investigation we the forgery we the minister do, na alone do or he gets support or aid from the court?
Well, we mentioned from the report mentioned say he use a certain Magnus Cocker, okay, we not get legal credentials. He use he purport say there is one other lawyer we do the paper, all right, and definitely there must have been one or two people within the but that is I mean the judiciary has taken note of the people and then they go through administrative sanctions. We all go to one or two people being subject of suspension whilst the investigation. So, but the fact now that is pointing to a cabinet minister. That is why we're saying those other people, they're not just private individuals. but somebody who has been entrusted with the responsibility for govern we, because a cabinet minister is part of governance for govern we, and then he is involved. He is so involved in the fraudulent act, then we ought to call for his resignation. If he has integrity, to resign. If he does not, the president can invoke his powers for make he suspend him.
Claude, let's take you way back. It's time where this same minister been there at the Ministry of Lands. A lot of issues then be they happen at the Ministry of Lands. Every day na Dr. Sandi, people then be there, but even at some point, if you get issues with the Creole, them say they not get land na Freetown, and it go and change an entire community in name and the pauper town. A whole lot of issues, and president been pulling force na that ministry day before he appoints him back as Minister of Public Assets. During the 10 day where the president being pulled na the ministry, a lot of people be rejoice if you follow the trends on social media by then. But bringing him back show say president get a thing for Dr. Denis Sandy, and a lot of people they look at like this person way untouchable. I still they ask the question if when I go succeed in getting President Bio for relieve him off in duty permanently, or you say maybe he suspend them for us.
Yes. So with all them things then they again where you don't recount, so this is the time for the president for sure say he has got no special spot for this minister. If he don't do one or two, you see, now they talk. If you don't do 2, 3 things, we don't question you. And this is about the 4th or 5th time. You have all reasons to act. Let us say the president give a chance. Say, okay, he don't do number 1, he don't do number 2. Okay, let me recall him and see if he would be a change man. We only give chances to people who may have made mistakes, or we go don't falter one way or the other. But if you give this person chance again, then he can't do this thing. Now he has gone beyond the ordinary. He don't go inside the judiciary. A whole body and a whole arm of government. You don't weigh there, then you put the judiciary in image to scrutiny, because people are asking how would he obtain fictitious or fraudulent order without the involvement of officers of the court. So you're subjecting the judiciary after where you don't subject the executive to scrutiny.
Question, Claude, I will still ask you,
Yes.
say, how Dr. Denis Sandy managed get this particular order without the support of the court?
Well, I mean,
Is it possible for like get without the support of people within the judiciary?
well, yes, because it's fraudulent. That is why the reporter said it is fraudulent, because it not go through the appropriate authorities. For let you get a court order, 1, it has to be, as you say, you get a petition, and that order has to be signed by the master and registrar of the court. So the order, whether it's signed by the master and registrar of the court, the evidence is there on the report. The order, whether na from actually the court on a person go sit on a corner. You mentioned the lawyer we he say he use Michael. They're asking for $100,000 because then they use people farms names. Say, oh no, now this farm nine do, because it has to have a farm name. Even Bets and Berewa, they they call for damages because they use them farm in name pan one of the documents them where they not get handy. So if you see the farm Bets and Berewa on paper, you go feel say now they actually do them. Why not to them? Then they go forge their signature. So all of that nine accumulate into forgery. And so we have to put pressure on this person because, you know, it is a deliberate act. This is not a mistake. This is not a mistake. It is a deliberate act for make you think. In criminal law, we get what we call the mens rea, the mental state. For make you think, say, I have bypassed all of the judicial processes and me they go sit down now me corner, use whosoever and say I don't get court order against me with for sure and say I don't divorce. So we are going to put pressure, and we trust that the president is hearing us, that we're saying if Dr. Sandi has integrity, which we expect he does, if he doesn't resign, then we will conclude that he does not have the integrity.
Looking at Dr. Denis Sandy as an individual, assessing him, you think that somebody will get integrity?
I will give him the benefit of the doubt at this point, because we they call on him for making searching conscience and say, okay, with all of these issues, past and present, we don't come around me. For the purpose of my sanity and for the good of this nation, being a public servant, I resign. That will sort of revive the integrity belief where we get. If he does not do that, then we're saying the president, for making clear the smearing belief or perception of people, say, okay, he has been calling this man, make it clear than it now, and make this man, make it using authority for suspend him pending the investigation. We cannot push it to say relieve him now, because maybe we go say it's too much, it's unfair, it's an allegation that has to be proven.
Claude, this same precedent where they demand say if or relieve Dr. Sandy off in duties. Now, same precedent when in office don't face the same issues there, issues of fraud in document receipts based on the audit reports, where reports say they forge hotel receipts, figures where they say they pay na Lebanon the tell the president go there, na mismatch based on the audit reports of Lara Taylor Pierce and Tamba Momo. The same round again, instead of it take action against the people, because the audit reports with the point finger at the scope. Now Lara and Tamba Momo don't end up lost their job now. So if somebody we don't battle with their allegation there of fraud in receipts, you get a staff where you appoint as a minister, instead of the battle with this same thing of forging a divorce, you think it could really take action, or you go up on the other way around and say maybe now heads go on the judiciary?
Well, now this we can say the jury will be out to decide. Now, you have pointed again these issues. So this is an opportunity again to the president for making say, me own government, right? I'm not a condone anything we get for do with integrity, sincerity, and honesty. Yes, the audit report was there, and we all have our views about it, and the action we're taken by them, we're taken against the Auditor General and the assistant. If you allow another issue for come and you not act, it gives the public a further impression about the government. So, as I say, it is an opportunity for the government for show to the world say they're not a condone anything we get for do with insincerity and dishonesty. And if a public officer is found in that cage, the government or the president gets duty now for make a relieve them, for clear the government image, and for make we know say yes, this government, because I mean, if you not do this, just as how you don't point out, it is like we are normalizing these things. That is why we are calling for this. Let it not appear like say all of these things are happening and nothing comes out of from them. So for making not like say the state they normalize, or any institution where relates to anything here, they normalize anything here by not giving attention or doing what people are calling for, we have to act. And this is an opportunity for the government, for the president to act, especially where it involves this minister who is entrusted with the responsibilities of governing the state as well.
In as much as when they ask the government for act, and also they ask the minister for resign, somebody who they watch will say this part of the world, especially in Africa, Sierra Leone to be precise, it's difficult for let people come out, and resign for certain things and we public go don't allege about them. You feel say if the minister feel for resign or government feel for take action against the minister, we think will be the way forward with regards to this matter?
Again, it comes to individual differences. There are people who don't resign in government, all right? I remember like Val Collier, the former then anti-corruption commissioner, a long time ago. He not been there in amity with one or two things where they happen in governance, he resigned. Yeah? we quite recently, Solomon Jamiu, right? So it's about the individual. Now I say, if you deem yourself for be somebody we get integrity, you should resign. And if you not resign when on your volition, having regard to all of the issues around them, the government, the president, get the right for invoking powers and say, are they relieve you or are they suspend you first? And that is why it is pointing to the president. If he not resign, where all man they feel he couldn't, then the president can, so he not stop there. If you cannot resign, me get power for pull you force whilst they investigate you. So that is why we're pushing it. Say, do you with a call on the government, the president? If this man not resign, like they talk so from the date, because that press release, that joint press release, they come out on the 4th of May. Today is the 7th, 3 days after, it's 72 days, or 72 hours rather. So we are expecting him now, and now we don't come on air for the world to hear us. Say we are calling for his resignation or suspension by the president. Make he left that position there for us whilst he's being investigated.
So now, with all indications, based on waiting, una self the courts that is press release, the reports waiting now, with recommendations and other things them. Una be expect say by now the police for don't come in and call Dr. Denis Sandy for questioning with all the evidence there?
Oh yes, this report don't come up from the 2nd day of April 2025. So it's over 1 month, all right? The reports don't come out. Now, will they expect the police based on the findings of... And, you know, again, this is what I am saying. If 3 judges, this is not to people and go sit on a corner or any ordinary people, 3 judges based on the evidence, don't pull that kind of report today. The police, as an arm of the law enforcement agencies, should have come in. The recommendation made by that report, by that investigating committee to the Anti-Corruption Commission, then said for don't come in now and say, we're inviting you for further questioning and investigation. So we are expecting, you know, this thing, it's a, we get 7 bodies that we come. We're playing our own part. You get the law enforcement bodies them, where they say for embrace this investigation and say, let us deep further into this and get this man into our books.
Claude, I ask you this question about the involvement of the police. Forget to lead to my next questions. This particular man, quote and unquote, all man know for executive orders. Now somebody will be just grab and give executive order. Now somebody will change a whole community to a name way related to a political party. Right. Now somebody will don't battle with allegation of rape based on waiting in step picking say. Videos, yeah. And this same posse again with all the evidence there, the police up till now, from April to now, nobody not even call them to question. If Sierra I magazine and Una self not been come together and pull this particular press statement, we make we self na the press, they call Una now for ask Una questions, don't go explain, let the public get clear understanding. Maybe this might just go under the carpet as usual.
Well,
you think Dr. Denis Sandy untouchable?
Well, fine. So this is a point that will form a conclusion. Say Dr. Denis Sandy is a sacred cow in the government.
You hold that opinion?
Yes. If this we call not all water based on waiting, we don't ask. Say make it resign, or if you not resign,
but
make the president.
It's from the 4th.
Yes. So I agree. It's being. So now that we have come public by a press release, we're at the 4th. We then go say, okay, the release was out, the report was out from the 2nd of April, but no institution called for his resignation or his suspension. So we don't call now the 4th. So this is 72 hours away from the 4th. And we're now in public forum. From the 4th, we don't pull out, we joint press release calling for his resignation. Today being the 7th, we're on air asking that he resigns or he be suspended by the president. Let us see if nothing is going to happen, and then we'll conclude that he is really a sacred cow and somebody that is untouchable, even with all of these issues of dishonesty, allegations of sexual, sexual offenses, misuse and abuse of powers, all of that. We are waiting after today to see if he's really a sacred cow or somebody who is above the law and untouchable. And then we'll take next step.
In as much as we look at this issue of forgery, where the minister do, divorce issues then can be difficult and complicated, for handle with. So how long it can take somebody for filing in divorce, then from that the court can able for get a decision with regard to that?
Okay, it will depend first of all on the schedule of the court or the judge. But normally, when you file your divorce petition, if the person gets right for enter appearance within 14 days from the date where he received the divorce petition. So let us say on the 1st of May, you receive your divorce petition, 14 working days. Take it to sometime the 20th of May, all right? You don't get 14 working days, third week, right? Then it don't enter appearance, and then instead file within 10 days, he file in answer to the petition and cause me. So give and take a month for that process day. And then in lawyer get other papers, them way you call affidavit of venue, registrar certificate, all of those are filed. And then the matter goes before a judge, assigned before a judge. If una no get plenty witnesses, now you the husband no more and the wife get for testify, because this is a private thing, right? You don't need for go get 5, 6 witnesses, depending on una circumstances anyway of una marriage. So if now una 2 no more, give and take, you testify today. Next week, the wife himself testify. It's 2 weeks, right? And then the lawyers, they write then closing address, because you gave to address the court based on the evidence we una do adduce before the court and on the law, right? The petitioner in your lawyer address, the respondent himself in your lawyer address. The file is reserved for ruling by the judge. So 2 months, 3 months, if it is not a complicated issue. 3 months max if you don't give ruling. So, if it's so complicated, you get forget expert witnesses, sometimes witness no they tongue, it can prolong a little bit. So it depends on the circumstance of the matter. But in this case, we're deeming like 3 months would have been enough on the outside for get through the judicial processes and obtain.
So Dr. Sandi did it in a hurry? We make it go to the extent of forging documents?
Well, that is
or
what
not
people
just believe in the judicial system.
People will think, one, because maybe he never believed in your own reason for filing petition against the wife. So he circumvents the court processes. Or he just wants for use power. Say, me na cabinet minister. Just like we don't do things them, he don't go name a partner in the country after in party call him Paupa village or Paupa community. So he has it's like he believes say he gets so much power that he not get for subject himself to the whims and caprices or the dictates of the court. He don't do land issues. He grab, he say, them people we are not for own land. He give all kind policies without being questioned. So he don't do things them, and I agree that now all of them things then they don't amplify them so for making carry these things. I don't get respect for this court, even though I need court order, but I can circumvent and do fictitious things and fraud the papers and say I get them from court. So it will. We will not hold anyone. For say they wrong for think. Say this man believes say he is so powerful that he does not want to subject himself to any authority, or if he'll say no more and not believe in case for make it properly file a petition and serve the wife.
All right, continue for the show. In case you just tune in, you watch the breakfast show live na Liberty TV with a stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also na we website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. And in case you just tune in, like a recap of the issues that we don't discuss. Earlier, we talked to the president for the Koidu Limited, where na been workman them where they na this particular mining company na Kono. If you don't follow Liberty TV extensively, we don't cover these issues from where they start then strike. Yesterday, the company pulled a letter who said then dismiss over 1,000 of them workman there where they say na for misconduct. We talked to them President Charles Kindness, we believe say then disadvantage them and the company for pay them. But according to the company, they say they're not entitled to any pay or benefit to look at that issues there. And now we they discuss 7 civil society organizations them we come together and pull a press release to say and they demand say Dr. Denis Sandy, when the Minister of Works and Public Assets, for resigning position as minister, or President Bio Sakam, because he forged divorce documents them, and this according to the civil society organization, they are day against accountability and transparency. We get Claude Bhamee Davies, where they represent the 7 civil society organization there, when are the officer for Lawyer Society Sierra Leone. Will they take this short break? We'll come, we'll go look at more issues them inside the breakfast show.
Hello, Barry.
Hey, Sandi, what's up?
How are you?
Sambo, hook me up quick. Sambo, someone going to forget some football fixtures then for this week. I don't check all the side there all day down. But I will help me to one woman going for ginger and swagger for this week.
Ask Leo.
Ask Leo? Who is Leo?
Ask Leo, Sam. I did it. No, can't go to me feeling. No. Allow me to finish my food.
Leo will help you. Open an account, check your balance, buy airtime to pop, send money. Leo will help you locate the nearest ATM point. Leo will help ease your stress by helping you get the most fascinating fixtures. Oh yes, for our football lovers. Leo will do this and many more.
Wow!
All you need to do is save Leo to your mobile phone with the number +232 79 919 919 and get to chat with Leo on WhatsApp. Go on, try it now. You can also chat with Leo on Facebook Messenger by typing UBA Chat Banking. Leo is your virtual banker who serves you wherever you are with just one click away. It is UBA. We are your #1 bank for all the right reasons. For more inquiries, call us on +232 78 200 200 or follow us on all our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at uba.sl. We are Africa's global bank.
Hey! Enjoy the new collapse bundle price drop. Now you can get your weekly collapse bundle for 60 leons only on Maxit app. Download the Maxit app now on Play Store or App Store. Install the app and enter your orange number and password. Now follow the simple step here. Open the Maxit app. Next, tap the account. Then select airtime and bundle. Enter the number where you want buy for. Now choose the collapse bundle where you need and the one where go suit you. Finally, type your password. Bam! All things set. Subscribe to the collapse bundle today and enjoy more browsing for small couple.
Orange.
All right, welcome back. Still watch the breakfast show where they come to you live on Liberty Television, now Facebook, YouTube, and we website. Continue for sending your message to the number +232 74 200 545 or you drop a comment now the platform outside you dey watch we from. We dey discuss issues with regards to a release we come up from 7 CSOs. We got for do with a call, waiting the call on the government of Sierra Leone and the president for suspend or either release the Minister of Works and Public Assets with Dr. Sandi. We will continue with the breakfast show and show say a message at the different platform that inside the watch reform as we get more issues for discourse inside this edition of the program. Now we come back to you, Claude, with regards as you don't give me an insight of how this starts and issues surrounding, filing divorce and all. Well, somebody watch go on for know how the judiciary come for find out about this forgery. Is it coming from the wife or was it within the judiciary when able to pick up this forgery?
Well, yes. First of all, we see the lawyer like Michael and Bets and Bewa. They write, let's say, they understand, say they use the name for certain document. They use them backing because we legal papers. Then we get what we call backing. It has to be backed by lawyers. Okay, so then two firms then they question because when they see an order, definitely Dr. Sandi must have sent the order to the UFC, but I don't divorce you. And that is where the issue erupted. Say, oh, how you divorce me? Me no know. I was not served with any papers. Instead consult, right? A consulting lawyer with a Michael, right? And they say, oh, no, there was no, and checking. So the first thing was, Michael write letter to the judiciary, the CJ, and bring out the issues. And that was what provoked or warranted the investigation. Say, if the lawyer, they say, they not do any of them, Bets and Bewa, then say, now we even file the paper. We not file any paper. So now the issues and they come up, we make the judiciary say, well, we need to investigate. And that is why they investigated court orders. In fact, not to only this one. Orders them way the court go feel say something now don't pass through the judicial processes where they don't grant before. All that have been investigated.
As they get this conversation with viewers themselves as well, they get their own conversation at the comment section. Clearly they show say then self-believe say Dr. Sandi is a sacred cow and President Bio no go relieve her of in duties. When I don't make this demand now from the 4th of May to today when at the 7th, about 3 days. Yes. Any timeline in terms of the actions from the president or Dr. Denis Sandy himself on a hopeful say he go try for uphold integrity and do the honorable thing for resign.
Yes, as I say, we don't get 3 days. Today is the 3rd day. We would review our position and meet again as bodies if nothing is said by the close of business of today, right? We will review our position and know what will come after this if we not hear anything, the resignation of the minister himself or the president taking action from the call we will make so.
What will come out of this? Una now one of the organization, they will join the 6 other organization there. And Una sit there as a body, we get members them, we are lawyers them, Una understand the constitution or the laws of Sierra Leone. If this demand owner they make, president not take any action, Dr. Sandi not do the honorable thing, based on the laws of the land, you know better because you're not a lawyer. Una get the right for drag them to the courts because in the release, una emphasize on issues of transparency and accountability. Yes. Una get the powers?
Yes. As Naimeka say, we will not want to make public our approach if we know hearing nothing, but we will come back to the public with a position. We know we're empowered by the law to take certain steps. And again, the wife safe gets lawyers. Don't forget, the reporter said he has been an active participant. Dr. Sandi was actively involved in the fraudulent act. Shall say, Mrs. Sandi, in lawyers them, then going to take instruction now as to what they will do next. And we, as bodies, joint body, we go take action definitely if we not hear anything from this we call for resignation or suspension. We will come back to the public.
We don't hear issues of forgery, even from ordinary citizens, but for let it reach to the highest level of a government minister, a public servant, allegedly, they forge documents we get for do with the judiciary. Usai Salonde as a nation.
It is, when they make me opening statement, they say, it is embarrassing to all of us. And this is an issue of integrity, accountability, and transparency. I am very much convicted. I am optimistic, say, this is not an issue that is going to be swept under the carpet. Let me be proven wrong after today or days to come, but I believe that the president self go do hear this and say, I cannot allow one person, unless otherwise, as I say, it's a presumption now that Denis Sandy, Dr. Denis Sandy, is a sacred cow. It's a presumption. We assume as lawyers, it's a presumption that can be rebutted. It's a rebuttable presumption. We're giving it to His Excellency the President for making rebut that presumption. They say, this man a sacred cow. Make it act and make you know say in government now a listening government and in order to play with issue of transparency and accountability. Dr. Denis Sandy owes it to us as the people of Sierra Leone for make it prove say he's honest. And if he has faltered, he gets for do the honorable thing and say, oh, me, I don't miscalculate my actions. Let me resign. Make and not subject myself to further scrutiny. Or the president say, no, I not go allow one person for come smear the image of me government or even me as president we appoint them. So we're waiting. We hope, as I say, I am optimistic that the president is going to take action in the event that Dr. Sandy fail for resign.
Even as when you're optimistic of waiting for the decision we go come up for the president. I only mentioned about the Anti-Corruption Commission for coming and investigate this issue. But it's been a while when I released this letter to the public. As we talk, it's been days, weeks ahead when the release been out. If you say anti-corruption for them pull forward with to the issue as of when I released the letter to now, even the government of Sierra Leone, as you mentioned about the president.
Yes, I say this now a fight where all of the relevant or related bodies for save the image of we country. And we're still hoping, say, anti-corruption, based on the recommendation of those 3 judges, will take up this issue. Don't forget, this will press release not just come out from any institution. It come out from Campaign for Good Governance. This is now an institution where don't they get invoice per everything we get for do with good governance. You get Citizens Advocacy Network. It's a body also. So now reputable bodies then they call so now. You get Citizens Barre, Freedom Hub, you get Institute for Governance Reform, ILRAJ, and of course the Lawyer Society. When we were established, we make it clear, say, we would go to the length and breadth for make sure, say, accountability, transparency, and good governance are seen to be practiced. And that is why we have joined the voices of those other 6 for make we call on this. We're waiting. We know say government no go treat we light, no go take this thing for granted and say, oh, they are just talking. Because now one of the tenets this of democracy, and if we were to be seen practicing democracy, the voices of the people must be heard by the government, especially when it involves a public.
Claude, lots of messages them don't come in, and Alhassan, I'll just look at some of the messages there. So we'll come back to Claude for let it go respond that he read from Facebook. And the first one where I take the comment from Lolo Gasparini is say how does the government minister even have the audacity to forge a certificate? It's a national embarrassment in any serious country. Denis Sandy will already be facing jail time. The conversation shouldn't be about resignation or dismissal. This is a clear case of prosecution.
I'll take the next one. It comes from Ona Bransford. He say not only him of his duty, but must be taken to court for the fraudulent act. That should be a shame on a whole minister that have reputable mark in this government.
Ronald Beresford, Ignatius Judge Stone, they say forgery is a serious offense which should lead to jail term, and for a minister of government that is even more serious, because if he's not held to account, then the system is rotten and not fit for purpose.
The next one comes from Abdullah B. Lokule. He said, I'm deeply concerned about the situation with Koidu Limited. The government's support for the people is expected to be as high esteemed. The company refusal to pay former employees their benefits lack legal justification, as no company in Sierra Leone is above the law. I urge the government to demonstrate that Sierra Leone is a country of integrity that will not tolerate abuse from any employer to their employees.
Anthony King, they say Dr. Sandi won't resign. President's Bio should relieve him based on the unbiased judge's reports.
The next one they come out from Paul Kanu is say Denis Sandy is untouchable because he has full backing of the president and the first lady.
Harry Williams, they say Denis Sandy don't commit a crime, so police gets the right for interview him, and after the interview, police get the right for charge if they convince say they don't commit a crime. At this point, Sandy either resign or wait for bail for Sakam.
The next one they come from Fode Mustafa Toure. He says Salon is a country where moral ethics are not relevant. Denis Sandy, Paran, Abbas Bundu, Ben Kelfala, Keketoma, and many others should never have been close to government by this time. They should have either resign or sack.
All right, quickly log on YouTube and take from reviewers then. Will Bangura, they say Denis Sandy again. I'm not surprised. Madabio publicly told Sierra Leonean that he only hired people he knows, like Denis Sandy, David Francis, Jacob Safa, Parantarawali, and many others.
The next one comes from Omar Mara. It's a cheap country this, where other African countries the mineral resources and where they support foreign companies against the Sierra Leone borders.
This one, they say, why didn't the civil society organizations stand together for the election results, and that will have solved all these issues?
The next one, they come from Suleiman Kama. I say the country is really hard for 1,000 workers to lose a job at the time. This is really serious. I pray that Allah can take ways control of those workers.
All right, well, the last one they take now from YouTube, they come out from Brian McCanney. They ask, say, where were you when a sitting vice president was unconstitutionally removed?
The last one we go take, it come out from Ibrahim Mukhtar. It say summary dismissal is too much punishment in this situation. I am sure salon labor laws are weak and we need to review them. I'm not too familiar with the local regulations.
All right, many messages. We apologize if we're not able to read your message because of time, and we need for give Claude time for let go respond to some of our messages them. Well, Claude, from viewers them on Facebook and YouTube.
Okay, thank you very much, viewers and listeners. Let me start with Brian McCanney. You know, I think Sierra Leone gave a move away from this. It has to say where were we, or Usa Ubindi, we then sack sitting vice president. I should say if Brian can recall, he gonna say the Bar Association then pull out a release. We take a position, all right. Then this issue of vice president being sacked, nothing will even reach to the ECOWAS court. So not of us say nothing was done, okay? And again, not to because then things then they even don't happen means say there should not be a point where we will say no, you know what, let us stop this. There has to be that point. So coming for all people that are accountable now, not mean say or because things end up in the past, so we not get right, we not get any authority for make we can't tin up for all people that are accountable. So we have to move past that now. That we move, say no, we have to be holding people accountable. And if we start them, then we know say we prevent recurrences of those things. Yes, we all know hear the comment. I think the viewers them share the sentiment of the 7 bodies we pull this press release. Say this is a national embarrassment, and we call on the minister for resign, or if he not resign, as somebody they say in believe, say the minister not get for resign based on waiting he don't know about over the years. So we call on the president we get power when I appoint him for making self say step aside or you're relieved. The issue of jail term, fraud, those things are for the police, and they use this platform now for call on the police equally. So this is not about only the resignation of the minister himself, when on his own volition, if he so desires, or the president relieving him or suspending him. It is also for the police as law enforcement agency for make themselves take up this issue. There is already a report. We don't see situations where they're not going to go make reports to police take on the issue. This should not be an exception. Therefore, even come now and say, based on the findings of those reports, that report of those judges, we investigate Dr. Denis Sandy on fraud and forgery. The Anti-Corruption Commission, their name is mentioned in the report. Now the responsibility, now the duty for invite Dr. Sandy for questioning and make the institute corruption-related investigation against them. So we call on all them bodies then. Yes, we press release state on the resignation and or the suspension by the president. But now I am using this forum for further call on the police and the Anti-Corruption Commission for make them do what is honorable and what is expected of them.
The silence of the institution there, we just make mention, the police, the Anti-Corruption Commission, from April where these reports don't come on to now, a lot of people know about them because of the press statements where UNAPOL as joint bodies. You think saying that because of the person we involved, now a government minister, or not just an oversight, say this now issue of public interest to investigate them and bring Dr. Sandy to book. Because not of this normal, as we done the state earlier during the conversation, a whole lot of issues of allegation they on Dr. Sandy, but up till now, nobody know you say police don't call them for investigation.
Yeah, yes, it is not wrong for make we think say it's like a deafening silence from the 2nd of April to now. But let us give these institutions the opportunity for say, oh no, we don't hear them 7 bodies there. They don't come together. They don't call on we. They don't go publicly. They don't call on we. Let us act. So we're giving them this period up until the close of business of today. And let us see if waiting with the talk to them no make sense because the individual is above the law, or then go show we say no, there are processes and we have listened to the call of the people of Sierra Leone and we are going to act. We are waiting, and if we do not hear from them, as I have noted, we will come back to the public with a different position in respect of this matter.
Let me just play the devil's advocate as citizens then. Now, the demand for the sacking or resignation by Dr. Sandy. If the president, President Julius Maada Bio, today pull a press release relieving Dr. Sandy of in duties, this go restore public confidence back on President Bio say that a listening president?
Exactly. In fact, now that make us say, I want to remain optimistic. I believe, say, President Biosef no go want for make this thing begin point to him. Say, oh, na he no agree for sack him when he gets or for relieve him or suspend him when he gets the authority, I know the president will not want to find himself in that position. And so he's going to listen. And that optimism is what I am exercising. Say, let us wait by today and maybe tomorrow and see what will come out from where we don't come public. So we don't pull out the joint press release. We don't come na online television where the world they see we and the hear we. Let we wait and see. And let we believe, say, the president in restoring the confidence where the people in get by in government go take action. So we go be satisfied, say, he's a listening government, he has a listening government, and it is listening to the people of Sierra Leone when it comes to issues of transparency and accountability.
Forgery na criminal offense. Just like we already asked the government and the president for relief. So just like we think the president relieve off in duty, waiting at the next step of the 7 CSOs when they come together. Are you going to press charges against the minister?
It's a criminal matter, all right? So Naimeka don't say, we take we press release further today and call on the police for investigate and this matter further. And if possible, relieving or resigning or suspending Dr. Sandi, nor affect the right for any other further criminal action. It does not. As you say, forgery and fraudulent act, na criminal act then. And the police, I don't note again, say, the police no need for get a complainant. We don't see situations where police don't investigate matter without a complainant. The our aunt matter. There was no complainant, but the police look and say, waiting then at the video as it was, they look and say then for investigate and they investigate and then charge. So if now there is a report, you don't have to wait for any complainant. This is a public servant. You have to hold him accountable. And so they should come and take up this matter. They say they are police, they are force for good. Let us see the action that they are force for good. Let us hear from the Anti-Corruption Commissioner. These are the people, not all them small teacher, them where they do small thing. This now una person way we entrust with we power. Say, do ya work for we, govern we with integrity and sincerity. And now he is found wanting based on the report of the investigation. The anti-corruption should come in. He's a public servant. He was actively participating, or he actively participated in obtaining fraudulent or fictitious court order. That is corruption. Whatever orders or authorities he use, that is a subject for the Anti-Corruption Commission for investigate. So we are calling on them too for make them take up this issue and make we hear from them.
Quickly before we wrap up, the police detaining or inviting a sitting minister not unprecedented. We see it happen at this country. For example, they term them for the Honorable Kemosi saying alleged cocaine scandal. We see the then president hand over to the police. We see another minister by then, Mahmoud Tarawali, allegation of rape. The former president hand down to the police and relieve her off in duty. Take investigation. But under this regime, now things then this way the citizens not don't see they happen yet. You hopeful as a citizen now, take off the hats as a PRO where they represent the civil society organization there. You hopeful say President Biogo set an example on Dr. Sandi say it's too much allegation, then they overweight. Let them investigate you.
Yes, exactly. That's the point. Say sometimes if person a first time offender, you go say okay, lay you temper justice with mercy, lay you sorry for him. But this man, this minister, don't they do 1 term, 2 term? I should say President Sidom go say, no, it's too much. And it is because of those recounted incidents that I believe President no get for allow this again for be swept under the carpet. He go say, but I don't give you chance once. He gets every reason for justify, say, no, I have to act tough on you now because I don't give you chance once, twice, thrice, and this is coming again. And this not only about your private matter, it gave to do with you as a public servant, your integrity. Where we believe, say, now based on that belief, they say you're sincere, you get integrity, you're upright. Now that make I appoint you for be a minister, for come help me for govern the state. Now based on findings, you've proved otherwise. So I can relieve you. We believe, say, precedent, if the public don't hold a certain impression, say things have been happening and he's not been acting, this is an opportunity for make it act and show we see, no, I know waiting at the do, and I am showing you that I now have reasons for take action against this public servant for an infraction on irresponsibility and integrity and transparency.
All right, many thanks. Claude Bhamee Davies, where you join me this morning for can discuss on this on a position. Well, in name now Claude Bhamee Davies, in a public relations officer for Lawyers Society. But today, you know, they are so as a public relations officer for Lawyers Society only. They represent 7 civil society organizations. Them we make up of Citizens Advocacy Network CAN. You get IGR, when at the Institute of Governance Reform. You get Campaign for Good Governance, CGG. You get the Citizens Barrier of Cause, Lawyer Society, and other one. They will come together and pull a press statement to sign the demand, say, His Excellency the President, Dr. Julius Madabio, for sack Dr. Denis Moinina Sandy, when at the Minister of Works and Public Assets, or the Minister himself resign because they believe, say, if forged divorce documents them, where this then say a criminal act and it is against transparency and accountability. Now that we'll discuss now the program this morning. Continue for Watch Liberty TV throughout the day. We get interesting content them where they bring Cantona on issues them where they happen all over the country. This na the Breakfast Show, and this edition na Alex Lawrence Koma and Mohamed Kamara. Na them producer Musa Koma and Samuel Thomas. Na them give technical support to the production team for let this program meet you. Mina Khadija Bangura they say have a blessed day.
And Mina Al-Hassan Koma continue for Follow Liberty Online TV as we get plenty issues them and plenty programs, and we will drop now different platform them. And of course now so this edition of the program will leave you, and Mina Al-Hassan Koma, get yourself a wonderful day. Bye bye.
Develop city, then clean, all clean city, develop.
This is Yvonne Akisoya, Mayor of Freetown, and today I want to talk to Freetonians about sanitation. We objective, transform Freetown, transforming lives. We not go able to achieve them if we all not join hands. Freetown City Council get role, but every Freetonian also get responsibility. Let we start first with the fact say FCC with the sweep 110 major streets every single morning from Monday to Saturday. But when we don't sweep the streets, if Freetonians then come and they continue for heap dirty in the street, in order to make the place look fine. Now make we get them litter bins them. The yellow bins we wanna go see around. So in the waka, you drink from your water bottle, your water plastic, you eat your packet something, not even a ground where you done. Make sure so you put on one of them bins then they. That litter bin they, in order for you host dirty. You know mean say if you pack you host dirty, you can pin her next to the bins them. Not to the idea that. No give you host dirty to the one where the Allah say clean salon. No say that dirty way they collect now you host. In order for Karango, now the one of the 2 official sites. In order Karango Kisi Bome, in order Karango King Tom Bome. It turns so it left on a ground. And now we council get a problem, but you self get a problem because now from somebody else in Domot, your own dirty don't end up. So what you for do with your host dirty? We get the one then a council when we don't certify. So then approved waste providers. Then they on tricycles, some of them they a vehicle. You will get host, you will get business, you in a hospital, institution, everybody for make sure say the waste collected by an approved FCC waste collector. We get the tricycle groups, we get the companies. So you go see them around. We engage with them on a regular basis. And wait till we go do now as we come into this new year. Now for make sure say FCC stand behind them for you for no outside and day and for let them self go to you so that we no go get that gap. When you eat dirty in a gutter, it end up na Lumley Beach, Toke Beach. All the tourism ambition where we get for the city, we lost that potential there. FCC, they spend boku money on dirty business. The fuel, the labor, the vehicle maintenance, the spare parts, the night operations, the illegal dump site clearing where we get for the do every now and then. All that boku money, I'm not going to say we're not going to spend anything, but we're going to reduce some. If Fritonians then do the right thing. Because we not going to get for go clear illegal dump sites. We're not going to get for sweep as many streets and spend as long. So if we reduce that money we spend now on dirty business, we go able put some on development. We all want for improving municipal schools. We want to improve the markets them. We want for let we see new developments at the city. That money we use for dirty business. You and while we all make up with mind. Pay.
You are watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.